So we will talk about Chandragupta II. Okay, so the reign of Chandragupta II saw the high water mark of the Gupta Empire, as he extended the limits of his empire by marriage, alliance, and conquest. Okay, similarly, like I have made a video on Bimbisara and Ajatashatru. Like Ajatashatru was also following the same concept, where he was marrying, where he was marrying with the women, and his Bimbisara, his father was Bimbisara. Bimbisara also followed the same thing, but for the ruling on the emperor, for that seat, for the presidency seat, he killed his father, and after that he married, he started marriage alliances, giving a marriage proposal to rule over the empire. But the person who killed his father can't be respected, that he will respect the marriage alliances. Similarly, I have made the videos on that. You can go on my channel and watch it. So similarly, Chandragupta II was also following marriage alliances, but he was not as he was not compared with the Ajatashatru. But just I'm telling about that that marriage alliances, he used that same concept, and he was respecting those alliances. He was not like Ajatashatru. Okay, so and he extended the limits of the empire by marriage, alliance, and conquest, and his marriage, and he married his daughter Prabhavati, married his daughter Prabhavati, with whom? With Vakataka prince, with Vakataka prince of the Brahman caste, and ruled in central India. It was a part of central India. Then what happened? That prince died, and after that that empire was succeeded by his young son. So eventually, indirectly, if we can see that Prabhavati was ruling the empire, and this indirect connection, that ruled by the son of Vakataka prince, and indirectly he was being ruled by Prabhavati, and if again indirectly we can see the Chandragupta exercised indirect control over that Vakataka kingdom in central India, and is afforded him great advantage. That if this can be seen, thus Chandragupta exercised indirect control over Vakataka, because Vakataka was indirectly controlled by his daughter, and because of such influence he conquered Mathura from the Kushans, and most importantly he occupied Malwa and Gujarat, which had for about 4 centuries been under the rules of Shaka Kshatrapas. That he occupied Malwa and Gujarat, which had for about 4 centuries been under the rule of Shaka Kshatrapas. Now see the advantage of this conquest, that he got the control over western sea coast. Thus the control over western sea coast, and started the trade and commerce, and this contributed the prosperity of Malwa and its chief city Ujjain also. And Ujjain seems to be made of the second capital of Chandragupta. Okay, and the exploits of a king, that there is a Chandra written on the iron pillar inscription in Qutub Minar in Delhi. But if we see that, if that Chandra corresponds to the Chandragupta II, it would be appear that he established Gupta authority in northwestern India also. and in a substantial part of Bengal. That the exploitation of that king Chandra is glorified on the iron pillar of inscription in near Qutub Minar, Delhi. Okay, so in the Delhi, if we can see the glorification of Chandra, and if we compare that name with the Chandragupta II, then it will be appear that he established his empire in the northwestern part of India. And the epigraphic eulogy seems to be exaggerated, but that the Chandravat epigraphy is not written so much clearly, so it is doubtful. And after that, the winning over the Shaka Kshatrapas, Chandragupta II adopted the title of Vikramaditya, which had been first used by an Ujjain ruler as a mark of victory over the Shaka Kshatrapas of Western India. So and the epigraphic eulogy, like which had been first used by Ujjain ruler as a mark of victory over the Shaka Kshatrapas of Western India. And the Vikram Samvat or era was started in the 58-57 BC by Shakari. That if you know, like Ujjain ruler was a mark as a victory over the Shaka Kshatrapas on Western India, and this Ujjain ruler is traditionally called as Shakari. And after the winning of the Chandragupta over there, he proved to be known as the greater Shakari. Okay, and Vikramaditya. And the court of Chandragupta II at Ujjain was adorned by numerous scholars, including Kalidas and Kalidas and Amarsimha. And it was during Chandragupta's reign that Chinese pilgrims Fahian visited India and wrote an elaborate account of the life of its people. It is a very important name, just remember it. Okay, so in the next video lecture we will talk about that the reason behind falling of Gupta Empire. Okay, thank you.